what if our ancient spiritual wisdom and our modern scientific discoveries aren't actually in conflict? What if they're really just two different languages telling the exact same story? Well, today we're going to explore a really fascinating blueprint for human development that says just that, one that tries to build a truly unified path for our future. And that's the founder of the platform himself, Dr. Atef Maki El-Kadi. His entire vision is built around creating a framework that helps us grow in a way that's more complete, more whole, and genuinely sustainable. And this vision has a clear mission. It starts in Aswan, a place with deep ancient roots. But its goal is global, to take the lessons of the past and share them with the entire world. Okay, so what's the big problem that our vision is really trying to solve? Well, it starts by pointing out a huge challenge that I think many of us feel deep down in our modern world. You know the drill. We're constantly told we have to choose a side. Are you about spirit or are you about matter? Do you lean on faith or do you trust in science, heritage or modernity? But the Our Vision platform comes along and says, hold on, this is a false choice. This very division is what's holding us back from our true potential. Right. So if the problem is this giant chasm we've created between these ideas, then the solution has to be a bridge. And that's exactly where the platform's core philosophy comes into play. They call this concept integrated truth, and honestly, it's a pretty simple but incredibly powerful idea. It says these concepts aren't opposites, they're not enemies. They're all just different pieces of one single unified reality. The whole goal is to stop thinking in terms of either or and start seeing the world as both and. Of course, you can't just say you're going to build a bridge and expect it to magically appear. You need a blueprint, and Our Vision offers a really thoughtful one, a comprehensive 7-part framework for development. Let's break it down. Think of this as a journey moving from your deepest inner world out into your everyday actions. It all kicks off with the spiritual path, which acts like your inner compass, giving you direction. Then you build a solid foundation of knowledge. The psychological path is like the engine that drives you. Your whole worldview is then shaped by the philosophical path, which provides the framework. And finally, all of that internal work starts to show up in the real world, in your behavioral practices, and within the social sphere. See how each step just builds right on top of the last one? Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in practice? Let's dive into a couple of powerful examples to see this integration at work. Let's start with that first step, the spiritual path. A central idea here is istikhlaf, which you could translate as stewardship. And the core principle is simple but profound. True, lasting change has to start from within. A whole community won't transform until the people in it decide to change themselves first. And here's where it gets really cool. This ancient piece of wisdom aligns perfectly with a cutting-edge scientific discovery, neuroplasticity. I mean, science has now proven that our brains can literally rewire themselves based on our thoughts and actions. It's the exact same principle, just seen through two different lenses. Lasting change starts inside. Let's take another example, this time from the psychological path. A key tool here is understanding one of the names of God, Al-Qudus, which means something like the most holy or the absolutely pure. Now, this isn't just an abstract theological idea. It's used as a practical, hands-on psychological tool. So how does it work? Well, by focusing on this idea of absolute purity, it's like you're performing a kind of mental cleansing. The platform even calls it memory unloading. You're essentially clearing out all the negative, distracting thoughts to free up your focus and mental bandwidth. And what happens when you do that? It actually helps relax your nervous system and helps you find a state of real inner balance. So you can see how the platform connects ancient wisdom with modern science to help us on an individual level. But the final and maybe most crucial step is to take these ideas and turn them into tangible, real-world projects that can help everybody. And this isn't just an abstract ideal. Remember, this platform is physically rooted in Aswan, a historic center of civilization, and it has a very clear ambition. As the founder puts it, from Aswan to the world isn't some catchy marketing slogan. It's a mission. It's a responsibility to share this vision with all of us. And they're already putting this into practice. There's Project Ayat, a database for schools that connects Quranic verses with established scientific facts. There's the Tauzen program, a simple 10-minute daily exercise for finding psychological balance. And to make it all last, they're creating sustainable funding through digital waqf, which are basically modern endowments designed to make sure this work can continue for generations. So really, the key takeaway here isn't just that this is a cool theory. It's a call to action. It's a challenge to all of us to move past these false choices and start integrating the different parts of our lives. Which leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about for ourselves and for our communities.
So there you have it, a vision for integrated human development, born from ancient wisdom and offered as a blueprint for a shared, sustainable future. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.